Hey everybody, it's Amy here. This week's topic is all about gut health, and I promise it's going to be more fun than it sounds. The gut is something that I'm actually really passionate about, and why that is because I feel like I've struggled with my gut for a long time, and it's been a journey. It was a journey of changing my diet and looking at all different parts of my health, and I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about the doTERRA products that really sealed the deal for me and helped me move forward feeling better and taking care of a lot of health issues that I just didn't want to deal with anymore. A little bit of a disclaimer. I am not an expert on this topic. I just love it. I'm fascinated by it. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is from my own research that I've done listening to a lot of different experts and people who do have the credentials to be talking about this. I am going to share all that information with you. I'll be sure that you get that. And the other thing I want to say is because I'm really passionate about this, sometimes I think that I get very, not intense, but I'm kind of fierce about it. I really care about my gut and other people's guts, and I want them to know. So I don't want what I'm going to say to come off as judgmental. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't have this all figured out. I'm never going to have it all figured out. This is the journey. So that's a disclaimer too. So forgive me if I say something that ruffles somebody's feathers. I'm not trying to. So I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get started then. Okay, so like I said, tonight is all about gut health and doTERRA. The plan, we're going to talk about your gut, why it's important, what I mean when I say your gut. We're going to talk about leaky gut syndrome and signs, causes, and solutions of that. I'm going to talk about proper nutrition. I could do video after video after video on nutrition, so I'm just going to touch briefly on that, but I think it's worth mentioning. I'll talk about doTERRA products and what you can use. And at the end, I'm going to have a free download for you that talks about essential oils that are very supportive for your gut, as well as a resource list of the different people that I like to listen to and learn from when it comes to gut health. So your gut. So when I say your gut, I mean it's basically your digestive system, but I think specifically we're pretty much talking about your intestinal tract for tonight. It was Hippocrates who said that all disease begins in the gut, and I think he was spot on. Research and studies are showing that he nailed it when he said that. You might hear people referring to your gut as your second brain. Basically, it's your enteric nervous system. It's also known as your ENS, and it's two thin layers of more than 100 million nerve cells that are lining your gastrointestinal tract from your esophagus to your rectum. And basically, obviously the ENS, it's not capable of thought, but it's communicating back and forth with your big brain, and this has profound results for your health. Think of it like a two-way highway. Communication is going back and forth all the time. Something else that's interesting is that over 75%, and some people estimate, 80+% of our immune system resides in our intestinal tract. And poor digestion is going to lead to chronic inflammation, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, but basically this is going to affect your whole body. It's going to have major effects. So I'm going to play this video here for you because I think it summarizes in about a minute or so what leaky gut syndrome is. Oh, no, maybe I'm not. Oh, I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, I'll just tell you what it is. So basically, if you, we'll talk about the causes of leaky gut, but when your gut is leaky, it means there are junctions in your intestines, and so when they get inflamed and when they get mad, they stay open and things pass through into your bloodstream that shouldn't be there. Those gateways are supposed to open and close and allow nutrients and things that are supposed to go through, but if your gut's irritated and they stay open, things pass through that never should have. And once those things hit your bloodstream, we talked about how your 75% of your immune system presides in your intestinal tract. It's getting full on attack from your immune system right away. So it creates a lot of inflammation, a lot of irritation, and it really wreaks havoc. So that's basically what leaky gut syndrome is. Very unofficial, but I'm bummed the video didn't work. Okay, so what are some signs that you might have leaky gut syndrome? First, we're going to talk about food sensitivities. You might think about gluten or grains or dairy, but it really can be anything. Inflammatory bowel disease, so that's IBS, that's Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, etc. Autoimmune disease. Okay, so my dad was actually diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease this spring, and so this is an area of huge passion for me. And in my research, I really think it's true that you cannot have an autoimmune disease without having leaky gut. The two just go hand in hand. And there are other things that factor into it too, but basically, and this is more detail than you need to know, but I hope this will bless somebody. It's called molecular mimicry. And so if you think about your leaky gut and you've got things passing through that shouldn't, so maybe large food particles or toxins, and your immune system is attacking, and it's just on high alert. And eventually it might look at your thyroid or the cartilage in your wrist and be like, hey, that looks a lot like what we've been attacking, that a similar molecular structure, and it will start to attack that too. So that's how this whole thing kind of can evolve. Thyroid problems, Hashimoto's, Graves', hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism, malabsorption, people that aren't absorbing their food well, inflammatory skin conditions, rosacea and psoriasis and eczema and acne, all those things. Mood issues and autism. So this ranges from, depression and anxiety to like focus issues like ADD and ADHD. And like it says here, autism. And there's some really fascinating research about leaky gut and autism. And last is going to be arthritis, aches and pains. So maybe it's a headache, maybe it's joint pain, maybe it's rheumatoid arthritis. So many things. And I love this image here because I think that it just demonstrates, if you're a visual person, what I just said. Leaky gut is at the center and it's affecting your whole body. I mean, how many times has somebody asked me about, a natural solution for one of those peripheral health issues? And it all comes back to the gut. It really does. I want to talk a little bit about some causes. Poor diet. How do I say this well? Most of us are eating absolute crap. And we just are. And again, I don't have this all figured out, and I never will, but I like to think that I work towards eating healthy. I think about all the additives and the preservatives and the dyes and coloring. The very fact that, it's just everything we're eating. So many things. Most of the antibiotics that are made are going straight to the livestock that we're eating or, getting the dairy from. So many things there, so many things, but our diet's not really good. Chronic stress, we're up against so many things, and stress is a huge trigger for leaky gut. It's a really big one. And genetically, some people are just going to respond differently to stress, and it's going to make them more prone to have an issue. There's some really interesting stuff that's coming out after the Human Genome Project on that. Toxin overload, you think of everything that we're coming into contact with all day long. And in addition to this, our pathways of elimination. Okay, so we're talking about the gut, so I'm not even going to we're just talking about the gut. People think it's normal to go like a week or 2 weeks without a bowel movement, and that's not normal. That means your food's just sitting in there putrefying. This is just not good. So you think about everything that we're coming up against. And also on the flip side of that, antiseptic overkill. We're making things too clean. Germs are good, bacteria are good, we need them. They're really important. And that leads me to the last one, would be bacterial imbalance. Okay, so I'm going to use an example here to show how intricate this balance really is. And so the example I'm going to use is actually, I want to just talk a little bit about how when a woman gives birth, when a baby is born, how the process is amazing, and how basically through a traditional vaginal delivery, the baby is going to end up with the mom's microbiome. It's going to get all the gut flora and all the bacteria from the mom. But with the rise in C-sections, and I think sometimes they're necessary, but when they're not, that baby is going to get the microbiome of the hospital. And that's just setting them up for a hard run at it. So my point in sharing that is, like, you might be like, oh, what's wrong with my gut? We've got to look all the way back to your birth story. I mean, there's a really delicate balance that we're talking about. You need the good guys in your gut and you need the bad guys, but you need more good guys than bad guys. So just something to be thinking about as we're talking about this whole thing. So some solutions. We want to talk about removing food factors that damage the gut, especially wheat and conventional dairy. There's just so much research that shows how very inflammatory those foods are. And again, these aren't the same food groups that our ancestors were dealing with. This is a whole new ballgame with the way things have been modified. We need to clear primary pathways of elimination so waste and toxins can be eliminated. I talked about this. You don't want your food sitting in you. That's not normal. You should be having multiple bowel movements a day. You want to replace with healing foods, so bone broth and fermented foods, kombucha, kefir, kimchi, all those great things. And repairing with specific supplements, and so many of the supplements that we're going to be talking about are available through doTERRA. And you're going to want to rebalance with prebiotics and probiotics. This slide right here, this is doTERRA's wellness pyramid, and I love this visual because it shows that this is a lifestyle we're looking at. I'm not claiming if you just change one thing, it's going to be a magic bullet. You need to look at the whole picture. But I really, truly believe with the products that you have from doTERRA, you can address every level of this pyramid, which is really an amazing thing. Here's my one slide on proper nutrition. So just some nuts and bolts. You know, fruits and veggies, buy organic, know the dirty dozen, and be aware of that. Good fats. We shouldn't demonize fats. Please don't eat low-fat things. Just please don't do it. Limit sugar. There's sugar hidden just all over. And so I think it's estimated the average person consumes about 150 pounds of sugar in a year. And I think then what we're missing, even in addition to that, the average person consumes about 140 pounds of flour. And like simple carbohydrates like that our body treats them like sugar. It's basically sugar. So you're basically getting 300 pounds of sugar and starch a year. So this is something you really have to be aware of. Sugar feeds everything in your body that you don't want to be feeding. You want lots of water. If people, I think, could make the simple change of maybe just some more water each day, they would be amazed at the answers they would have for some of their health concerns. And then the lifelong vitality pack or the daily nutrient pack, which we're going to talk about why those are so foundational, and digestive enzymes and pre and probiotics. So this is, I think that nutrition looks different for everybody, and I don't think I can make a blanket statement, but this is just kind of like a basic protocol to think about when you're looking at food. Using your doTERRA products. So we have access to incredible, powerful, affordable, and research-based natural solutions. We've got the world's highest quality therapeutic grade essential oils, and we've got other products created by highly educated and experienced botanists, chemists, health scientists, and healthcare professionals. I couldn't be more grateful to have access to these products in my own home. I have a little bit of information here about essential oils for gut health, and then in the downloadable PDF is where you're going to see, I'll list some specific ones. But basically, by using natural remedies, we can help. It can help lead to balance and restoration. So essential oils are going to support clearing the primary pathways of elimination as well as removal of harmful bacteria. And there is some really interesting research that shows how essential oils, clear out the bad guys, and they don't bother the good guys, which is really fascinating to me. Some usage tips if you're wanting to use essential oils to support your digestive and intestinal activity. You could use them internally, maybe a drop or two in water under your tongue. You can even put some on the back of your hand and lick your hand in a capsule. But internally is such an incredible, effective way because you're going to impact your stomach and intestines directly. Topical, you can also use the oils. You might want to apply topically on your abdomen and or the bottoms of your feet. I just want to make it clear that every body is unique, and I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all. I think that there's a lot of overlap with different oils you can use, and it kind of depends on you. So it's okay to be creative and to try it out and figure out what works for you. But ultimately, reestablishing health and balance in the gut can literally be a life-changing experience. So doTERRA has like a model for daily vitality that it took me a while to really understand, but once I did, I was like, what was I missing here? I think it's very true that gone are the days when we can get by with just eating a balanced diet. I used to think, oh, I eat well, I don't need anything. But the reality is the nutrition has been bred out of our food. Our soil is depleted. Again, we're just not dealing with the same kinds of food that we were in the past. This is a whole new ballgame. And you think about, in general, as a whole, our culture's reliance on processed and convenience food. So we're not getting what we need. Whether you're eating healthy or not, you're falling short. You're falling short of the RDA. And then culturally, when you look at different supplements and vitamins, you've got mega dosing on one end, where you're getting so much of certain vitamins and minerals that it's toxic. It's doing more harm than good. You'd rather be deficient at that point than have all of that in your body. And on the opposite side, you have fairy dusting. You have 1 a day vitamins that when the research shows that nothing is in them that they say is in them. And what I love is that doTERRA has done a ton of research, and they are going to take a balanced approach. And I really, truly think it's revolutionary. I love what they've done. The first supplement that I want to talk about is the MicroFlex VMZ. So micro stands for micronutrients, the plex stands for complex, VM is for vitamins and minerals, and the Z is just showing that there's been some improvements made. So in this supplement, you're going to get your essential vitamins and your essential minerals. It has a balanced blend of 22 essential vitamins and minerals, and that's like 12 plus servings of fruit and veggies. And not only are you going to get this, you're going to get a whole lot more. There's a superfoods blend that has kale, dandelion, parsley, kelp, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all those good things. You're also going to get a tummy tamer blend. If you in the past have taken, a vitamin or some sort and just felt ugh, and it hasn't gone over well in your stomach, then there's a blend of oils, a tummy tamer blend, that are amazing, so you won't have that issue. And it also has an active enzyme blend, which is going to help your body break down not only the components of the vitamin that you're taking, the supplements that you're taking, but also of the food that you're taking it with. So you're going to get the most nutritional value out of it that your body can convert. This product is wheat-free, milk-free, gluten-free. It's made with sodium lauryl sulfate-free, veggie-based capsules. So it's really top-notch, in my opinion. Bioavailability is something that's very important that I just want to talk about for a minute. What you put in your body, it must be recognized by your body as food in order to be broken down. Otherwise, your body's not going to use it. You're just going to have really expensive urine. So typical vitamins, it's about an 8% absorption. But with doTERRA, it's upwards of 90%. So your body is going to receive what you put in, and it's amazing. It's going to treat it like actual food. I just love this about that. I know that I'm getting my money's worth when I take these vitamins. The Z Omega is the next supplement I want to talk about, and this has all your essential fatty acids, so your omega-3s. So omega-6s, those are the bad, those are inflammatory, and omega-3s are your good anti-inflammatory. The average ratio right now of 6 to 3 in the US is 16 to 1, and some estimate as high as 20 to 1. Not good at all. So by giving your body healthy omegas, you can help restore the balance, which is great. The omega-3s are coming from ultra pure marine and land-based sources, and they're sustainable sources. So that's really a wonderful thing. It also includes rare omega-5s. And there's also a 100% vegan version available. They use flaxseed and cranberry seed and pumpkin seed, all sorts of things like that. So that's really a wonderful thing to have available as well. And there's also in the Z Omega a certified pure therapeutic grade essential oil blend. So you're going to get frankincense, clove, thyme, cumin, German chamomile, peppermint, caraway, ginger, and orange. So the addition of these oils means not only are you getting all the incredible benefits that these oils offer on their own, but no bad burps. If you're tired of taking a fish oil supplement and burping it back up, then never fear. So I'm super grateful for that. And also the addition of these oils, it makes the fatty acids 10 times more available to your body. So again, bioavailability. You can actually kind of try this out. You can maybe take a traditional capsule of fish oils or whatever and mix it with water and it's just going to float on top, versus doTERRA's Z Omega capsule. If you puncture and you mix it with the water, you're actually going to see that it's like emulsifies. It spreads throughout way better. So that's really interesting too. So those first 2 bottles I talk about, they come in the daily nutrient pack, and I really don't think no other supplements can even come close to those 2 from my research. And what I love about this third one that I'm going to talk about is that if you add in the Alpha Cirrus, it's support on the cellular level. It goes beyond the daily nutrition, and it gives you an inside-out approach to wellness. And because cells are the building blocks of our bodies, it takes healthy cells to have a healthy body. That just makes sense to me. So this Alpha Cirrus is packed with nature's most potent antioxidants, natural anti-inflammatories, and energy cofactors. And it uses the machinery we already have in our body. So it's providing the correct things so our body can do its job really well. So I just think that that's a really neat theory, to give our body what it needs so it can do its job. It has 4 goals. It's antioxidant support, increased energy. Okay, who doesn't need increased energy? Building your immune system. Yes, please. And improved mental clarity. Again, yes, that's absolutely what I want. I just want to talk a little bit about free radicals. So basically, a free radical, it's an unstable, destructive atom. Think about it like an atom gone rogue. It's unbalanced, and it's going to go around and steal electrons from other atoms, and it just starts this horrible destructive cycle. So it's damaging to cell membranes, organelles, nuclear DNA, mitochondrial DNA, genetic material, and this is the process. This leads to oxidative stress. So every time we breathe, oxidation is occurring, and free radicals are, at work in our body. And so in come antioxidants, which is part of what this Alpha Cirrus is going to offer. And I think of them as missionaries. They're like the superheroes. They have more electrons than they need. So out of a state of excess, they go to an area of need and they give. And that stabilizes things, and that stops the destructive chain reaction that the free radicals have started. So you're going to be getting some really incredible antioxidants with the Alpha Cirrus, which is super great. This slide just shows some of the clinically supported benefits. I mean, I've talked about these. You can read through these. I feel like for me personally, my digestion was completely changed. I sleep way better. My immune system is amazing. I'm rarely ever under the weather. My immune system is amazing. That sounded funny. But you know what I mean. And for my husband, I think that he would say that the biggest difference by far was his focus and his energy levels. We just feel so much better. I'm not sure we really realized how bad we felt. I think we were kind of just like, oh, this is how life is. So it was really, it was remarkable for us. So if you were to go out and you were trying and replicate all those health benefits and the superfoods and the vitamins and minerals and the omega-3s and non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, even vegan, you're going to spend way more than $250 to get all those ingredients easily. What's great about the Lifelong Vitality Pack is that it's only $79.50. So you're getting all those things in one place. You know that it's bioavailable. You know your body's going to use it. This is doTERRA's #1 selling product, which surprised me because everybody falls in love because of the oils. But this is like the unsung hero. And as an added bonus even, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied, they're going to give you all your money back. And I mean, it's risk-free. There's no reason why you shouldn't roll the dice and, your gut is on the line. Your health is on the line here. So it's really an incredible deal. And something that doTERRA offers is you can customize and save. So when you pick one of the 2 vitamin packs, either the daily nutrient pack or add in that Alpha Cirrus and get the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you can get up to 3 additional supplements at reduced prices. So if you can see my mouse here, I'm hovering over this blue bottle, the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. That's usually $59.50. It's only $20 when you do it this way. So I just feel like doTERRA is doing everything they can to help reward people who are trying to make changes in their health and take control of their health. Next to the Deep Blue Polyphenol is the Terrazyme. This is a digestive enzyme, and this has revolutionized our eating. You know, when you're eating, even if you're eating, broccoli and chicken, once it's cooked, you've cooked off, a lot of the digestive enzymes, and then your body has to work overtime to try and digest that food. And that's why you're tired and sluggish. So to give your body digestive enzymes is a wonderful support. And the PB Assist is next to that, and that's actually doTERRA's probiotics. And what I love about their probiotics, they're double encapsulated. So there's a prebiotic and a probiotic, and the prebiotic feeds the probiotic to make sure that it gets all the way down deep into your intestines where it's going to do the most good. So these are really, really incredible products. And again, they've got the science and research behind them. So you don't want to miss out. Here's the bottom line. Doctors are not talking about this. Doctors are not talking about your gut health. If you go to a conventional doctor and with a health issue, they're not going to say, what are you eating? What's your diet like? They're not. Actually, my dad went to a really incredible facility he was there for 36 hours seeing doctor after doctor, and for his autoimmune disease. And when he and my mom got back, I asked, did anybody ask Dad about what he eats, about his diet? Not a single doctor asked him. And so that just goes to show that you need to be your own advocate. You need to do your own research. You need to look into this on your own, and you need to be an active participant in your own health. Gone are the days when you could just go in with your symptoms and walk out with a prescription and go on your happy little way. That might have worked when we were dealing with acute illnesses, but not for chronic illness, not for the kinds of issues we're up against with our health. And I just really feel like people need to wake up and realize that they need to look at their lifestyle, and they need to look at the whole picture, and they need to look at their gut. And so I hope that what we talked about tonight kind of gave you maybe an idea of the bigger picture and encourage you to look at your own gut and your own lifestyle, and maybe start small, maybe start with just one little change, or maybe you're just the kind of personality that does the whole shebang all at once. Whatever it is, that you would just start somewhere and that you would start making changes, because you're never going to regret it. You're never going to regret healing your gut and therefore healing a lot of the other health issues you have going on. You'll never regret that. Your quality of life is important. On this slide here, you can click on the link on the bottom and it'll take you to my website, and there's going to be a link in red that you can download the PDF at. Okay, so that's what I have. I know that's a lot of information, but really, truly, I hope that you walk away, again, feeling empowered and feeling like I can do something. There are products that I already have, or there are products that I have access to that can make a difference in how I feel on a day-to-day basis. And maybe this is going to help a loved one, who knows, but I hope that you feel encouraged and enlightened even. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you. I appreciate it.